Hey guys, I wanted to share an interesting phenomena that I just found out or noticed on this thing. This is the 89 KR-1S, and I've been trying to get her to run right, and she's running pretty damn good, as I showed you in a previous video. However, this one cylinder is not doing well, and what I've noticed is I am able to switch the plug wires. So I got rid of the electrical thought process in terms of it being an issue, and I switched plug wires and it ran exactly the same. So I know it's not electrical feeding that plug, and I know I have good spark. So then I also noticed that I'm making this massive mess down here, and I wasn't sure where that was coming from. But now we know it's coming from this left cylinder pipe. It's dripping out of that pipe. I guess that's probably a bleeder hole down there at the low point. And that smells like unburnt fuel. It's obviously just really dirty because of the fact that it's running through that oily pipe, but on a two-stroke. And I've been playing with this carb trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with it, because it's just freshly rebuilt. I just played with the air screw. So here's what happened that was strange. Here's one of my tuning techniques that I've used in the past. When you're dealing with a two-cylinder or even a regular, one-cylinder, four-cylinder, whatever, this thing's great. You use your laser. See the little laser dot on the pipe there? So you know you're getting a reading there. And as you can see, I was shooting the far pipe, which was basically keeping the bike running, and I was running in the 175 range, 180, 190, and that's nice. This pipe was running 107, and so I knew I was not burning the fuel. I was dumping the fuel. So that being said, here's what was kind of cool. I cut the fuel supply, the bottle, which I've showed you guys up there. I cut the fuel supply, turned it off, and I wanted to drain it so I could take it in the garage and work on it. So then all of a sudden I noticed I was shooting my lasers at the pipe. The temperature started to increase on the bad cylinder, and she started to run better. So I believe what's going on is my float might be hanging up, and I'm dumping fuel. Basically, that cylinder is getting nonstop flooded, and that's what's been keeping it from firing. The plug's probably wet, and all of a sudden, as she ran out of fuel, meaning that that float bowl emptied, she started to run with a greater crispy ping, and the idle picked up. And then all of a sudden, the idle on this carb, which hasn't had no effect, started to have effect, and the temperature started rising in my pipe. Oops, shit, just stepped on my thing. I started getting higher and higher temps on this close pipe. I got up to 145, 150, and it kept climbing as the fuel ran out, and the RPM increased, and all of a sudden I was probably doing 2,000 RPM. Then I went over to the idle on this particular carb, and it started to have effect. So I believe that I had drained the bowl, got rid of the flooding situation as I got rid of the fuel, and she started to run like she was supposed to run. And therefore our conclusion is we are just flooding her, and we will go in and see what's hanging up in there on the bowl, on the float. I hope that helps you guys. Kind of an interesting conclusion here, and one of the other techniques that might help you. Appreciate any likes and subscribes. Thanks guys, take care.